Welcome back to the rest of the story. The shed is empty. Well, empty enough. There's a big empty spot over in the corner, which I'm sure you guys know by now is the corn planter. But I thought I'd walk over and look over the chisel plow really quick. If you guys can see, if I get out of the way, we have a little bit of work on this gang we got to do. Last fall we replaced that shaft, but the bolt, when we put it back on, was not quite tight enough, torqued enough, which, I mean, we were jumping on it and it still torqued loose. I think what ended up getting us is the fact that we put it on, it took two of us jumping on the end of it with the pipe wrench on it, tighten it down, and we ran it for a day. Typically, once we do that, we usually go back and tighten it after running it for a few hours to a day, depending on how many acres you go over. And we lost that end. So we did end up finding, I mean, it was right out in the open, so it really wasn't that much to it. But we found the pieces we need, the outside blade and the outside cast piece. So that's got to get put back on. Normally that wouldn't be that big of an issue until this fall, but like I said, I'm a liar. We have a little bit of our own ground that we have to chisel up yet, not very much, maybe an hour's worth. And see, we picked up some more ground that the chisel has to be drug over it yet. Not really that big of a deal, but it is the end of March. We have to get that corn planter ready to go and everything else associated with it. I don't have my light on my camera right now, otherwise I'd show you that grain drill again. But we do need to, more importantly, the grain drill should be used before the corn planter, so that drill's got to be pulled out, brought back into the light so we can go over it. Yeah, it's the same thing as Grandpa's. Until we take this out and run it, we really won't know how it compares to Grandpa's grain drill. I mean, Grandpa's was pulled over quite a few acres. My grandpa bought it brand new, so the whole time we had it, all the acres that were put on that drill were purely from us. This one, I'm not sure how many acres it had pulled over it. We're not really doing more than, at the very most, I don't see us doing more than like maybe 50 acres of new seeding in a year. So, and that's, I'm figuring pretty high on that. I mean, this year I think we're only putting in, what, 30? But it's getting back into a routine as far as changing acres out and rotating our hay acres with our row crop acres. But he's just about done with that. The 46, the corn planter, the 82, 76 all have to come in for their spring checkup. Again, that's a good way to put it. For the spring checkup, they need a little bit of love. As they go through, make sure the tire pressure's all adequate, filters, oil, fuel filters, hydraulic oil filters, the air filters. We got to go through and we'll grease everything. And then like our tractors, we grease those periodically. Those aren't an everyday thing that we grease. Never was. We usually grease them a few times throughout the year, depending on how many hours we put on them. Like the 82, that gets greased probably twice a season. The 76, that gets greased probably every other few days when we're using it heavily during the summer. You know, because once we get into spring with a 76, I mean, because it is our shore tractor, it'll be used probably this spring. I'm going to say it'll be used in the harrow for new seeding. I may put the 630 disc on the 76. We got some waterways that we're going to seed down, and I know the 76 will pull it, especially when I'm not trying to be timely about it, when I'm just trying to do a good job and just smooth off the waterways we want to smooth off, so that way we can go through and hit it with the grain drill, get some grass planted, get some waterways in, because none of us like erosion. People may think we do because we do conventional tillage, but I gotta say, in my own experiences, I've seen just as much, if not more, erosion, water, ditch issues on no-till ground than I have on conventional tillage, because we do try to keep waterways in wherever they are needed. No-till ground I've seen, and this is not on our own ground, this is just driving across the county and seeing fields that have never, have never been worked before, that have ditches run down through them. I mean, that ground gets so hard on top and it doesn't absorb the water anymore. You're kind of going the other way, where this ground doesn't allow the soil to penetrate as well, and then the water just runs off and it takes that surface soil with it. But that's enough about that. Yeah, we got a couple dogs here. They're all pretty tired. We took the 82 up the other day to get the window put in. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. Ryan is going to be doing a video on that, or at least he's the one with all the footage. I do not. I just took the truck up and picked him up when he ran it up. So hopefully you can keep an eye out on How Farms Work to see that video. But in the end, I know we said we were gonna put the window back in on the farm here, but just when it comes down to it, talking to them, it was gonna be easier to get it put back in up at the dealership than would have been to do down here, because they could put it inside in the shop and allow the adhesive to cure. So hopefully we'll have it back in the next couple days. Don't quote me, we'll see. But Ryan's done. I have some more footage I'm planning on shooting throughout the day here, but this will be it for today, or for tonight's video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope everybody's staying warm and has got the spring fever bug like I do, because it's currently in the 50s right now and there isn't much snow around anymore. I mean, if you look down past the 4640, there's a little pile of snow that we had to bank up, but that'll be gone before too long as it is. So with that, take care, take it easy, keep in touch, stay tuned for more throughout the rest of the year. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.